Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be finding out if that your eye drop is still an eye drop or whether it has become a poison. Hang around to the end of this video and you will find out. First of all, what are eye drops? Eye drops are sterile solutions that we drop in our eyes for various eye problems, ranging from infections to allergy to pain or to chronic ailments like glaucoma and the rest. An eye drop is typically sterile. When I say sterile, I mean that it doesn't have any bacteria in it or fungi or virus. There are no particles, like it is clean, no particles in them, no pathogens, nothing to contaminate it. Now when you open your eye drop, okay, how do you use it? Let me show you the right way to use an eye drop and the wrong way to use an eye drop. Hi everybody.
Hi.
This is my patient or my model patient who I'm going to be using to show you the right way to use your eye drops. But we are going to start by showing you the wrong way to use your eye drop first of all, and then show you the right way. So I gather that usually most people use the eye drops alone. That is, you instill it in your eye by yourself. Sometimes it's by choice, other times it's because you really don't have someone to help you do it, right? So usually when you do it by yourself, I'm guessing this is what you do. You tilt your head up and then you place it directly on the eye, because you can't really see what you are doing, so you have to put it on your eye to be sure that it is on the eye. You don't give any space between your eyelid and the eye drop. That is a wrong way to do it. This is because as you place it directly on your eyelid, you are transferring particles into the eye drop, and these particles contaminate this sterile eye drop. An eye drop which was hitherto sterile without any bacteria or whatever organisms, by the time you place it on your eyelid, on your eyeball, it transfers particles into it, and this can contaminate it. Okay, and then the second problem with how you use it is you let your hand touch the tip. If you let your hand touch the tip of the eye drop, it's the same thing. You transfer bacteria from your hand onto the tip of the eye drop, which can now get into the eye drop and contaminate it. Not just the tip of your hand, but also surfaces or your cloth or something. So the wrong way is for you to touch the tip of the eye drop, whether with your eyeball or with your hands or any surface or any cloth. So we'll show you the right way to use it now. The right way to use it, if you are doing it alone, is no matter what, don't let the tip of your finger touch the tip of the eye drop. And then as you are instilling it, you use your one other hand to open up your eyeball together. You pull apart your eyelids together, and then you leave a space between your eyeball and the eye drop, and then you drop it in. That's how you do it. And better still, if you can get an assistant, get someone to help you instill it, that is even much better. So that is all for how to use your eye drop appropriately. Moving on to the storage of your eye drops. How do you store your eye drops? Eye drops are meant to be stored under room temperature, not below 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, this particular brand says not to be stored below 30 degrees Celsius, and you keep it away from direct sunlight or from children playing with it. Now to the very, very important part. When you open your eye drop, I don't mean when you bring it out from the carton, I mean when you break the seal. All right, when you break the seal and you begin to use it, after you break the seal, how long do you keep that eye drop with you? For example, you broke the seal and you started using it today. After today, how many days do you keep using your eye drop? The length of days you're supposed to keep using it, if you have to, is no more than 28 days, meaning 4 weeks. If you keep your eye drop after 28 days, it has become contaminated. This is because this eye drop has a preservative in it that keeps bacteria away, keeps contamination away. But as the days go by, this preservatives are broken down little by little, meaning the concentration begins to drop. And also because it is already open, it is exposed to air, bacteria can also get into it from the air, meaning that with time, as the preservative is breaking down, the bacteria and whatever contaminants are in it are growing. So after 28 days, this your once sterile eye drop is no longer sterile. And if you are among those who use your eye drop 6 months after you have opened it, you are now using a poison. It's no longer an eye drop. Okay, so at that point, what you think you are putting in your eye to clear an infection is going to give you another infection. So that is how you know if your eye drop is still an eye drop or if it has become a poison. So in this case, you see that it is totally unhealthy to use an eye drop that somebody else has used and remained. Maybe because the person has a similar symptom like yours. Maybe the person had an itchy eye or had, eye discharge or what have you, and then you have similar symptoms. So the person says, hey, I used this eye drop, this was what was prescribed for me by the pharmacist, by the doctor, and I used it and it worked. Here, use it, and you collect it. No, that is wrong for two reasons. One is because you don't know when that person opened it, how long it has been on that person's table. Secondly, you don't know how the person used it, how aseptically he used it from our previous explanations, whether the person used it correctly or not. And then you don't know how the person stored it, okay, the storage, how the person stored it, whether he stored it properly. So this means that if you collect an eye drop from somebody and you go ahead and you use it, you are not really using an eye drop, you are possibly using a poison, because it is already contaminated and it is now a swimming pool for all sorts of contaminants and microorganisms. Let's start by talking about what eye drops are. Lord help me, please. Okay, have it in your head. Directly on your eyelid. I forget of this. They make noise. Start again.